Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial where I would be demonstrating how to use n8n to automate the email sending process. In this video, I would be using OpenAI LLM along with n8n. So this is going to be a very simple demo on how we can automate sending emails to the people whom we want to, right? In you can say that in a conventional way, we need to send emails by going to the Gmail, right? And here we go to the compose, right? And here we write the person who we want to send the email and the subject and also the message, and then we press this send button, right? So this is actually a manual way to send an email, but in the today world we have AI. We can use AI to send emails to the people who we want to just by a simple prompt, right? So we are going to automate the same today in this tutorial. So from the very first step, what we want to do is to launch n8n and create a workspace, and inside the workspace you would rename this workspace to this title, right? And then once you get started, you would be seen with this blank screen. Here we start by creating our first node, and here we select how we are going to enter or how we are going to start our automation. We say we would start our automation with the chat trigger, right? And I think that's it. Yeah, we start our automation with the chat, and then later on we attach this node with our agentic node, AI agent, right? This is the AI agent node, and in this node we need to define these parameters, right? First of all, we have to define the prompt, we have to define the system message, right? So let's just do it later. I want to just show that this is how we would be creating AI agent which would be connected with the event of chat, right? So this is our main AI agent which is going to automate our email sending process, email sending workflow. So this AI agent also needs some inside parameters, but also it needs chat model, memory, and tools to automate the whole workflow. So what is chat model? Chat model is actually the brain of this AI agent. We need to connect LLM GPTs with this so that our AI agent can use that LLM GPTs and process the request which is coming from the chat. So in this case we are going to connect OpenAI LLM. This actually suits a lot, right? We set it, but we are not actually defining or configuring this right now. I'm just initially going to show the overall architecture of email automation, right? For memory, this memory is you can say that with the use of this memory, it remembers what was the previous conversation, and it would remember the previous conversation which has been done. So we press this memory, we press simple memory, and we don't define any configurations right now, right? And then in the output or the action, we would do the action with the help of tools, and inside tool we select Gmail tool, and obviously this is the configuration of parameters we need to define. I would not define it right now. And this is the Gmail, and also if with the use of this tool it would send the email. In the output, I would say once it perform all of these operations, I would say that it would give us the output. I would set create a node with set edit fields, right? So this is going to be the main architecture. This is going to be the main image of our email automation workflow, right? I would explain again. It would first of all gather the information, whatever we have typed, right? Let's say we type something here, anything. It would take it as an input, and it would gather the information like what was the email, and what was the message, and what was the subject written in the message, and it would process it with the use of this, you can call it as brain, large language model, OpenAI, and it would also maintain a memory of previous conversations in this simple memory. Once it analyzes the information which is coming from the input, it would use the Gmail tool to send the email to the recipient which is mentioned in the email. So finally it would give us the output. So now let's define the configuration and let's get this thing working. Okay, let the chat, we don't need to define anything because it is just coming as a input to our agent, right? We need to define credentials in the OpenAI, right? This is something which I have already defined, but if you find any hiccups in that, you can obviously go and press this documents button, and you can find a very good documentation on it, that how we can integrate OpenAI chat model node with n8n, right? You can go through this documentation, and it would be very easy to follow. After connecting the OpenAI API with your n8n, you have to select the model, and GPT-4o mini is the right model which is suitable for this, right? This is the only configurations we require in OpenAI chat model. For simple memory, let's open that. For simple memory, you have to specify this connected chat trigger node, and here you would specify the session ID. Session ID is the ID which is generated along with the message, along with the chat. So as you write something in your chat, like here, if you write something like I am Imtiaz, as you send this message, a session ID would be created with this chat. So we have to provide that session ID with this simple memory node, so that it keeps the record of each session ID and what was entered in that. And this is actually the context window length, like how many past conversations the model receives, means how many past conversations it should remember for a context. So how many past conversations it should remember as a context. So I have mentioned 5 previous messages should be saved as a context, right? And if you find any hiccups or difficulty in setting up these parameters, you can always go to the documentation of n8n and just go through this, and you would be good to go. All right, and then you come to the Gmail part. For this Gmail node, you have to again connect your credentials of Gmail with which you want to send the email, right? And obviously you have to select the message here, like we want to resource as message, and what we want to do, what operation we want to do from this tool. We want to do the send operation, right? We have to select the send, and to whom we want to send, right? Like how we get the person whom we want to send the email, how we can get the email address of that person. One way is to mention it like imtiaz@gmail.com, right? One thing is that, but in the but when we were be using the prompts, we would not be only sending emails to this email address, right? We might need to change the email address, and we want to mention that in the prompt. So how we allow our tool to grab that email address from that uh, uh, prompt? So we have to use expression here, right? We have to use expression, and that's the point where n8n allows you to enter some custom parameters and custom variables here, and this is the beauty of n8n. So we mention like by double brackets, we can actually create uh, a variable here. So here we need to select from AI, like we want AI to actually collect the email address from the prompt. So we mention, and it accepts, you can say a key, like we mentioned that this should be email address. So email address, it means that our AI uh, would check any email address inside our prompt, and it would take that email address into the to field. It would fill this to field with that email address. But we can further enhance this by writing email recipient, right? So this is how it is going to fill the to field. For the subject, we need to mention again the expression, oh sorry, we need to enter it inside the expression. We need to mention subject, and we need to use from AI dollar from AI. We need to mention subject here, right? So subject field would be filled by AI, and it would extract subject from our prompt, right? And the email type would not be HTML, it would be text only. And the message, and we also need to fill this message by AI. So we use expression, we say from AI message, whatever the message is, you have to write this message, and this is going to be generated by AI. So yeah, that's all. We can also attach and provide some attachments to this. We can also mention the CCs and BCCs, right? So let's just keep it simple, and we just mention the account which is linked with this n8n. We want to send a message. We mentioned the to, subject, and the message here. We have mentioned all the parameters here, right? So this has been configured correctly. Now coming back to the AI agent, right? So how we should configure AI agent? So you need to remember two things while configuring the AI agent. One is prompt, and the second is system message, right? So prompt, what is prompt? We have to get the input which is coming from the chat. We have to get or catch that input inside the prompt of AI agent, right? So as you can see that here it is automatically selecting JSON chat input as a prompt, but it is not selecting the instructions, like how we want our AI agent to behave, right? In here we need to mention the behavior, right? So we can say like you are an assistant who sends email to the email recipients. You can also craft this system message or the instructions using ChatGPT, right? You can say that you can go inside the ChatGPT and you can craft this uh, you can craft this system message in a much better way, that you can say that I have a agent and whose responsibility is sending email to the email recipients, and this agent should be friendly. So what would be the system message for that? So I have actually did the same, and I have actually pasted my system message here. Like, this is the overview. You are a friendly AI agent responsible for processing the incoming chat message and sending email to the recipient mentioned in the input, right? So you can copy this whole thing. Like, this is a very good, a very fine crafted system message which I got from the chat GPT. So you can mention this here, right? And also we have defined the prompt, we have defined the system message. So that's it. I think we are done with the configuration of the AI agent, right? Now we go to the edit fields. So inside edit field, you can simply select like what would be the, we have selected the manual mapping, right? And here we want to go into the options. I think so most of this is done. We need to add a variable, and here we need to select it as output, right? We set it as a string, and maybe we should have some output, like its value would be, let's get this value from this by sending a message here, right? Now this would have received something, right? This is the output, right? And so we need to provide this output here. This is, so yeah, I have shown you that I can actually drag and drop some parameters from inputs to this, right? And this is how we're going to set up this thing. Okay, so what message it is showing? Okay, so now as we have completed the setting up process of this AI agent, now let's test it, right? Okay, so let's say hi. Let's see what it returns. It says that hi, it seems that you are saying hi, like I've also mentioned hi in the previous message. So it is saying that you are saying hi multiple times, so please share what you want to be achieved, right? So now if we select output here, you can see that output is coming as output, right? So now we say that actually I want to send an email to my boss. Can you do it? Let's see what it says. It says, of course, please provide me with your boss email address and the message you want to send. Okay, oh sure. I say sure. His email is, or I don't mention it in that way. I want to write a very a little complex message. I want to take a leave for today as I am not feeling good today. Please send it to my boss email. Email address is this: Imtiaz shaukat.123@gmail.com. right? I'm sending this prompt. Let's see what it does. It has actually processed all of the information which I sent, and it says that I have sent the email to your boss Imtiaz Ali Shaukat.123 regarding your leave request for today. If you need anything else, please let me know, right? So it has actually sent an email, and you can see that it has marked everything as tick or green, right? So let's check, like, if our agent has actually emailed the person whom we want to send the email, right? Got it. We have received the email. I mean, I'm the boss, and we have received the email from somebody, right? So it has sent an email to me. I hope this email find you well. I'm writing to inform you that I'm not feeling well today and would be taking a leave and would be requesting a leave for of absence. I appreciate your understanding and support. Thank you for your consideration. So you can see that you don't need to actually write an email to your boss that I'm not feeling well, and please grant me a leave. So you can use this email automation workflow designed inside this n8n to write these emails for you, right? So this is one automation which you can do in your office, and you can automate this. One thing which I am actually noticing that it is not able to mention the boss name here, and also the name of myself. So you can obviously mention the boss name and your name inside the you know system message, right? Let's check that. Let's come inside the AI agent, right? And here, as we are mentioning everything here, that this is the context and all that, let's in the end we mention that note that note email sender name is Moon, right? And email sender name is Moon, right? That's only we want to mention, right? But whenever we are writing the email, we should mention the boss name, right? The person whose name is this, we need to mention that. Like, let's say I want to send email to my boss Imtiaz, and I mention his email address with email. So as you can see that now what I'm doing is that I'm not only mentioning the name of the boss, but also I'm mentioning the email of the boss, and requesting a leave for today due to my fever and sickness, right? So let's see what it does now. We have mentioned the name of the boss, and we know that whom we are. So I think now it should not keep the sender and receiver as blank. So it says that I have sent the email to your boss Imtiaz at this email address. Let's see what we get. So we have received a new email. So now you can see that the dear field is also filled, and the sender is Moon, because we have mentioned this name Moon inside the agent notes, just a message. Email sender name is Moon. So it actually picked that thing, and it actually attached best regards Moon, right? So now you can see that I hope this email find you well. I'm writing to inform you that I'm not feeling well due to the fever and would like to request a leave of absence. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and appreciate your understanding, right? So, this is a simple process to automate a very simple workflow of email, right? And the steps, as you can see, they are very simple, very easy to do, not not too much science in it. Just we need to grab the chat. We need to create an AI agent. We need to define this AI agent context, like what's the role of this AI agent. We need to give this a brain. We need to give this a context memory, and also we need to give it the tools with which it would be accomplishing a job. So in that case, as we are using the automating the email, this is actually an email agent. We have to attach the Gmail as a tool, right? So in this way, this is a very short and very simple way we can do some basic automation with n8n, and a very basic tutorial to show you like how we can use n8n, and we can use our AI agents to automate our basic workflows. Thank you so much for sticking to that long. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for upcoming more informative YouTube videos. Thank you.